All right, today we're opening up the 21st Century Teacher's Toolkit. We're going to explore how our classrooms can and maybe must evolve to keep up with our crazy, fast-changing world.
So, let's just kick things off with a pretty big question. Are we setting our kids up for the future, or are we preparing them for a world that, honestly, doesn't really exist anymore?
And to even begin to answer that, we first have to get our heads around the central challenge facing education right now. It's this growing gap between the skills kids need and the way we've always taught.
I mean, think about it. On one side, you have the old school model, right? The teacher at the front, students memorizing facts. But on the other side, the real world is screaming for things like critical thinking, problem solving, and being able to work in a team. It's a total mismatch.
And look, this isn't just a gut feeling. Research confirms it. This quote really hits the nail on the head. That traditional teacher-led style doesn't just miss the chance to teach critical thinking, it can actually get in the way of it. When it's all about just remembering stuff, you're not building the muscles for real reasoning.
And this isn't just some abstract idea for academics to talk about. Nope. This disconnect has real, measurable consequences for how well students actually do.
Okay, so let's get specific. One study zeroed in on a school in Thailand. Their sixth graders were scoring a full 5 points below the national average in science. That's not just a small slip, that's a huge warning sign that something in the system just wasn't working for those kids.
So, if the old way is falling short, what's the alternative? Well, that brings us to a really interesting framework that was designed to tackle this exact problem. It's called TPACK. I know it sounds a little bit like jargon, but the idea behind it is actually pretty straightforward. It's a way for teachers to thoughtfully bring together 3 different but crucial areas of expertise.
Let's break that down. First, you've got your content knowledge. That's your stuff. The biology, the history, the math, it's what you teach. Then there's pedagogical knowledge. That's the craft. It's how you teach, your strategies for making concepts click. And finally, technological knowledge. That's your toolbox. It's what you teach with.
But here's the secret sauce of TPACK. Being a genius in just one of these isn't enough. The real magic, the breakthrough moments in teaching, happen in the overlap, where all 3 of these things blend together.
So think about it like this. When your teaching methods meet your subject matter, you find that perfect way to explain a really tough idea. When technology meets your content, you can show things in brand new ways, like a physics simulation instead of a flat drawing. And when technology meets your teaching methods, a simple tool can completely change how your classroom works.
And right there, in the middle, where all 3 circles overlap, that is the TPACK sweet spot. That's the goal. It's not about using tech just to use tech. It's about having that deep, intuitive sense of the perfect tool for the perfect lesson with the perfect method to make learning unforgettable.
Okay, so the theory sounds great, but let's get real for a second. What does this actually look like when you put it into practice in a messy, unpredictable, real-world classroom?
Because that's the question that really matters, isn't it? It's a cool-sounding idea, but does it actually move the needle for students? Does it work?
So to answer that, let's head back to that school in Thailand. Researchers decided to put TPACK to the test with a group of 33 fourth graders in their science class to see if it could really make a difference.
And this is so cool. You can see how the teachers used the TPACK framework. They didn't just throw an iPad at the kids and hope for the best. They were super intentional. For states of matter, an interactive ebook was the best fit. For properties of liquids, a fun YouTube science cartoon made the most sense. For gases, an interactive PowerPoint. The tool was always chosen to serve the lesson.
All right, so the stage is set. The teachers applied the framework carefully. Now for the big reveal. Did it actually work? Let's dig into the numbers.
So the researchers looked at 2 really important things, both before and after the new lessons. First, could the students think more analytically? And second, did they actually learn the science better, their overall achievement?
And the results for analytical thinking, I mean, they were staggering. Before this, the average score was hovering just under 13 out of 30. After the TPACK lessons, that average score skyrocketed to over 22.
You heard that right. That's a 72% jump in their ability to think critically. Just wow. But okay, they were better thinkers. Did they actually learn more science too?
Yep.
Absolutely. Their scores on the science content itself shot up from about 15 to over 25. So this wasn't just about them being more engaged or having more fun, they genuinely understood the material on a much, much deeper level.
And the researchers' conclusion was crystal clear. This improvement wasn't a coincidence. Statistically, there was less than a 1% chance it was random. This was proof that the model worked. It was a home run.
So, what's the bottom line here? What should we take away from all this? First, it's clear the old ways of teaching just aren't cutting it for the skills kids need now. Second, TPAC gives us a smart, intentional way to bring technology into the classroom instead of just guessing. And really, the most crucial part is this. It's all about finding the right tech for the right lesson using the right method. And when you get that formula right, as we saw, the results can be absolutely incredible.
And that's the thought I really want to leave you with. We just saw how one group of teachers transformed one classroom with this simple, powerful framework. If they can do that, what's stopping us from rethinking every classroom?